My dad, when I was growing up, would just he'd just say, do you know, I had 2 French uncles and they were there at the beginning of the war and they weren't there at the end. And if you're told that as a kid, it's got meaning, but at another level, it really means nothing. How can people just disappear? And let's say you're about 10, and even if you're of Jewish background, Jewish as I am, and as they are obviously, then what does it mean? You know, you've got to remember in the 40s and 50s, though we had the Nuremberg trials, they disappeared, culturally speaking. They weren't in the forefront. People didn't talk about the Nuremberg trials. So even though the Holocaust was in many ways well exposed by the Nuremberg trials, they weren't part of daily conversation. You couldn't just refer to it. You didn't have a phrase, the Nuremberg trials. So I had no means of, if you like, describing or understanding what it was he meant, but it niggled at me, and so this sent me on a big search, and bit by bit I found out more and more and more, partly by coincidence, partly by luck, partly by sheer stubbornness, and I found it out. Now, as I was finding out, because I'm a rather gabby sort of person and talk to people, a yachner as you would say in Yiddish, as my father would call me, I was telling people what I found. Look what I found, look what I got, look what I found. And then I started getting called into schools. So suddenly this stuff that is at one level, at a very adult level, I'm suddenly now talking to people anything from between the ages of 11 and 18. And various sort of penny dropping moments happened, like when I was in front of a group of sixth formers and I told the story, and I got to the end and he said, well, none of this happened though, did it?